Well, we have a wedding tomorrow.
Like an outdoor wedding or a?
Yeah, I believe so. And she wanted to stay at a hotel tomorrow night and leave from there. That would save us like an hour. An hour both ways. So the wedding must be in Bloomfield Hills. But anyway, we're leaving either. I'd say we're leaving Sunday, and then the tournament starts Monday.
Monday, okay.
So we'll be
good luck to him.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I guess.
Oh, wow.
It's odd. It doesn't encompass a weekend.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the way it's always been for the Michigan Open. Is Friday anything special? I kept trying to think, was I supposed to be wearing something or doing something? I couldn't remember.
No. Good morning, Facebookers. Bill, Ron, Clay, everybody's already awake.
Oh, my goodness. Almost everybody's awake. But we can depend on Bill, Ron, and Clay, always.
Because we don't just sell F-150s. Most of our team members drive one. Bill Brown Ford, proud to be your F-150 dealer.
Does Clay have a birthday on Monday? Am I reading that?
No,
correctly?
he just said
Wjr
72 hours till Monday.
I know.
The Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
Good Friday morning. It's Friday.
Yay!
Oh, you can say that again.
Yay!
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Friday, August 28th. We knew ye well, August. The 241st day of 2020. There are 125 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. Even a wet, thundering, and lightning day like today is in most of our necks of the woods. The team, the gang, all here, including Dick Kafner, who just completed WJR News, our WJR News director, while we are on social media for the first 45 minutes. So we're on camera and you get our picture as well as our audio, and at 760 on the AM dial. We will be able to hear Dick. We just may not be able to see him without getting seasick with him being sideways for whatever reason. I hope you're okay. If you have your seat
slanted news,
it would be slanted, and that's not what we expect from you. So keep your seat belt on, and I'm sure things will be corrected one way or another. Dana Clark is here, busy duty today, talking about movies to see at home easily. And she and Greg Russell will keep you informed and entertained with things to do this weekend, maybe with the whole family, maybe just with yourself or the two of you or four of you or however many of you there are. But Dana will be handling those details. Brian Morton is back in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building. Kind of lonely. Is it kind of scary on a stormy morning when you're in that building all by yourself?
Probably.
I keep thinking of The Shining. I keep thinking of Jack Nicholson. I don't know. But anyway, so
lots of spiders.
The spiders, well, we had those anyway. And along with Kim, still toes up, our executive producer who handles all of us and everything is, of course, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Dom. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. My eyes are too blurry to know if you're clearly pictured today or not. Did things get fixed with your internet?
Do you want to know how I fixed them, Dom?
You fixed it?
Hit them with a hammer?
I fixed it.
Turned it off and turned it back on. Oh.
I called several people, and the advice was unplug it.
Oh,
unplug it and plug it back in.
That's a step further than turning it off. Right?
If we had known that years ago, there wouldn't have been even a Maytag repairman.
They had to go to Specs Howard School to learn that.
Yes, indeed. Unplug it, plug it back in, and it's amazing how sometimes that fixes everything. It is 5:42 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
We're all feeling the weight of COVID-19, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are becoming desperate.
Join Compassion International and provide for a family in poverty. Make your one-time $40 gift. Text HOPE to 83393.
And at 5:42, let's check it. Our WJR Traffic and Weather first. And Dana Clark, who looks a little like Georgie Girl right now.
It's the swimming hair. You know, I went from swimming yesterday, so it's rough under here. Traffic first, sponsored by Gordon Chevrolet. Gordon Chevrolet, where you not only pick your payment, but now pick your program. Need to pull ahead your lease? Do you need GM employee pricing or a low payment with zero interest? Let Gordon Chevrolet help you find it on Ford Road, just west of Merriman in Garden City. GordonChevrolet.com. Gordon Chevrolet, find new roads. Expecting it to be busy today. Also watch for flooding on the roadways. Flooding already in Shelby Township along 23-mile road, both directions, eastbound and westbound, west of Shaner. And an accident in Hamtramck, 75 southbound at Kniff. It is blocking the right lane. Now, WJR Weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com.
Another hot one today. We get above 92 degrees this afternoon after a dry start. We may see a few isolated showers, thunder showers. I think the rain chance does go up later tonight, though. Scattered showers, thunderstorms, 71. Friday, a few showers and thunderstorms and cooler weather, high near 82. From a Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stidgick, Newstalk 760, WJR.
71 wet, stormy degrees as we speak. We speak at about 5:44 on a Friday morning. As the rain falls, we get in place everything, including Rush Limbaugh, usually with us from noon to 3, stopping by first thing on this Friday morning. Rush?
Another day, another lawsuit. In a class action suit, 6 couples, 12 people are suing the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services over deportations thanks to the ACLU. Here's why. In order to get a green card and stay in America legally, couples have to be interviewed to determine if their marriages are on the level. It's nothing new. The process has worked like this for ages. But for some couples, the situation gets complicated when one of the spouses is found to be in the country illegally. Even though they passed the marriage interview, illegal immigrants with deportation orders are now being detained. And that's the reason for the lawsuit. The ACLU claims that agents doing their jobs detaining illegal immigrants have twisted the rules. The couples complain they feel tricked, as if they've been lured into a cruel trap just by showing up for their marriage interviews. That's because during the Obama regime, illegal immigrants got a pass. They could show up at government offices despite having broken the law, and they'd walk out of there free and clear, but not anymore. Under the Trump administration, the law is being enforced. People who break the law are finding out they are not entitled to get a pass and learning that they aren't immune from the consequences. And that is something liberals just can't tolerate. They're used to no consequences to everything, including sex, which is called abortion. Thought I'd sneak that in.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR. Well, here we are online at 5:46, and for our folks that tune in early on our social media, they're going to get tipped off to something a little earlier than our regular listeners via all of the formats, including 760 on the AM dial, and that is that, unfortunately, we are losing our Westwood One news team. Through no fault of their own or no fault of our own, unfortunately, Westwood One News is going away. So we're wishing well to the folks that we talk to on a regular basis, Bob Costantini, Steve Kassenbaum, Clayton Neville, Jim Roop, and occasionally, but not very often, Linda Kenyon. But those folks are going to disperse. Some may even, we never know, may even join the network that we'll be joining, which will be Fox News. And that will begin, will that begin Monday? Officially?
Monday. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So Monday we'll meet new characters. Well, you will, I won't be here Monday. As I've been mentioning, Kim and I are going to be following our son, Jamie Geisinger, up to Grand Traverse Resort and the famous annual Michigan Open. So we'll be pulling for Jamie in every tournament now is an important tournament now that he's pro, and is trying to do this for a living. It's a lot of grinding out, grinding out. It's amazing how many good golfers there are out there.
I know.
And he's a good one.
He's a good
Love
one.
Jamie. Yeah.
He's a good one. He used to
And a
play with
great
your
guy.
son, Brian, who was also a good golfer. But as Brian knows, and certainly as Jamie has found, there are a lot of good golfers out there. I told the story a million times. The first time I saw Jamie play golf, I came late into his life. He was a young man. Well, not really when I first met him, but he was quite a golfer. And I remember playing with him going, oh, my God, this guy, he's going to go pro. I mean, it's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. I've told you this story before. So I went to one of his tournaments, and there were 50 great golfers, kids. There were kids. And they all could go pro as far as I could tell. So it's a very competitive line of work, that is for sure. So we're looking forward to that, and it's going to be the first time, at least for me, that I've been to Grand Traverse Resort without having to get up at 4 a.m. and working. Annie, you can relate
that
to
could
that.
be fun. I was just thinking,
I'll tell you what, all the years I went up to beautiful Grand Hotel and worked, it was when I finally went up there for a family vacation and found out you could make your own snow cone and do your own marshmallows. I mean, you could sleep in.
760.
It's a whole different world. As we continue on this wet Friday morning, the 28th day of August, with the team, and just a moment ago, off air, we were talking or on social media about Mackinac Island Grand Hotel. It is this weekend is the Mackinac Island Fudge Festival, today through Sunday. And if there's one thing they know a thing or two about on Mackinac Island, it's fudge. You merely have to remember the names Ryba's Fudge, and Murdoch's Fudge. Now, there are others, but those are the ones that we are most familiar with. Anyone else? I mean, I can't remember even the other names, but there are some other ones on the island. There's a lot of fudge is their thing.
Yes, absolutely. Those are the big ones, though.
Those are the big ones to us. Murdoch's. We love sending Murdoch's presents, and they're great presents they make available. And Ryba's will, I believe, do the same thing. And Ryba's always makes the Mocha Morning Fudge, the Paul W. Smith Mocha Morning Fudge, when we have our Detroit Regional Chamber Policy Conference. Matter of fact, we're kind of them.
That's absolutely right. Yes.
I hope we get up to Mackinac Island. Any of you guys getting up to Mackinac Island?
Never been. Still trying to get there. I know. Every year I say never been. This year won't be the year either.
Well, you're right.
Next year.
Next year, maybe. Next year we have to make sure you come along with us.
I have heard that Mackinac Island has a lot of visitors. That people are flocking there.
It looks like they've been busy. It does.
It's good. Good for them.
That's
hopefully they're doing all the right stuff you're supposed to do. You know?
And I'm sure Grand Traverse will be doing that too, Dub. Probably masks.
Oh, yeah. They had in fact, I said on the air what they had. Let's see if I have a folder still under here. There's a whole protocol, but the interesting thing is they're the first ones I've heard that have announced that there are certain things they're not accepting as masks. So it's you got to do the ones you can't do those masks like the first ones I had, which had the little valve on the outside of them.
I saw that. Yes,
you can't.
They don't like those.
No, because somebody has found in research that they don't protect everybody else the way masks are. They might offer you some protection, but they're not, I guess, so good for somebody else. Anyway, I will dig up the. Caroline.
Probably no bandanas.
Yeah, it was no bandanas. What are those gaiters? Those gaiters are called.
Oh, right. They go up around your.
Right. Yes, I've seen those.
I got a note here from Caroline. They have a new great PR person, And I'll read that sometime during the show. I've read it before, just for anyone who's going to go up and watch them. And they still had some rooms available and all of that. This sounds like this would be kind of nice from Bath and Body Works. Do any of you go to Bath? Dick, can you still hear us, Dick?
I'm right here.
Okay. They do not pay attention to the man behind the vibrating WJR ball. So do any of you go to Bath and Body Works?
Yes. Absolutely, yes.
They have just released another batch of fall candles inspired by bakery scents.
Oh.
So, for example, there's blueberry maple pancakes, pumpkin apple,
check,
caramel pumpkin swirl,
double check,
Dutch apple waffle,
triple check,
sugared pecan pie.
Ooh, quadruple check.
Oh, here comes one that I know I would like to. Sugared cherry crisp. Pumpkin dulce de leche. Is that like caramel or something? Milk caramel? I don't know. And pumpkin cupcake. These are all new candles.
Wow, they're all hits.
From Bath and Body Works. Yeah, there's not a stinker in the crowd. Limburger cheese and onion.
Right.
No.
Yeah, no, those sound good.
Now, let me remind me, candles had their day in the sun, no pun intended, and then there was the concern, and I remember a guy many years ago coming into my house with this little piece of equipment to measure particulates in the air. I've always been concerned about the air we breathe. And he checked it and everything seemed fine. And he said, I want to show you something. Light a candle, because he saw the candles around, because Kim likes candles. And I think candles are nice, romantic, etc. He said, light a candle. And we lit a candle. And then he put his little meter up again. And the number of particulates in the air from a candle are mind-blowing. And I'm not making the determination it's not healthy for you, but I don't think it's any healthier, that's for sure. Adding particulates to the air, any particulates. And there was a time when we moved away from wax candles. So was it soy? What was it that they started making candles out of and said they were healthier?
I think that's what it was, Doug.
Was it soy?
Yes, I've seen soy candles.
It used to be they'd make a big deal out of it. They'd say, well, these are soy candles. These are better. And I thought it was because they didn't put as many particulates in the air. I don't really know, but it just occurred to me when I looked at all those candles and how a nice warm candle can make you just feel good. You know, a good scent like that.
I think beeswax is another one they use.
Oh, I loved, as an altar boy, one of the most fun things I did was light the candles on the altar. And then one of the second most fun things was use the snufter, on a long pole, and you snuff all the candles out. And the candles had little metal tops on them that made them last better, and the snufter wouldn't stick to it. But the aroma of the beeswax, I was always so proud of the church having enough money to spend. From what I could tell, what I would think would be a lot of money for what appeared to be very luxurious, a pure beeswax candle. And the aroma was just really wonderful. Back in the day.
The good old days.
Don't let me forget to tell you about Einstein Brothers Bagels with their Monday mornings back to school baker's dozen for just $7. 13 fresh baked bagels, just $7. And that's starting, I think, this coming Monday, but I'll tell you for sure. It is $5.57. I know that for sure.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
We're all feeling the weight of COVID-19, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are becoming desperate. Join Compassion International and provide for a family in poverty. Make your one-time $40 gift. Text HOPE to 83393.
Let's find out how it's going. We've got our WJR Traffic and Weather first at 5:57 with Dana Clark.
And we do have some thunderstorms in the area, so use caution if you're out and about this early Friday morning. Expect some flooding in some spots, like along 23-mile road, both directions, eastbound and westbound, west of Shaner's, closed there due to flooding. Accident blocking 2 lanes, 94 westbound. At Cashew, crews have those 2 left lanes blocked, seeing delays from at least Verner. And 75 southbound at Caniff, the right lane is blocked there. Now, WJR Weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Metro Detroit chapter of Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors National Association, SMACNA. SMACNA contractors fabricate, install, and service heating and cooling ventilation systems, build metal roofing, and much more for your commercial, industrial, public, or residential project. They take all the necessary precautions, getting the job done right and on time. Hire Detroit's best. Visit smacnad.org. Some showers, thunderstorms, heavy at times today, on and off. Throughout the day today, it's going to be more humid, and we could see heavy wind gusts after 2 p.m., a high of 81. Tonight, thunderstorms likely this evening, overnight 71. So it looks like Saturday we do dry out, could see a stray shower or thunderstorm. That's possible. Otherwise, clouds and sun, a high of 78. And Sunday, a little bit cooler, partly cloudy, the high hitting 74. Rain shower, 71 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News with Dick Hafner in 2 minutes.
All righty. Yeah,
It's supposed to rain all day.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
You got to run outside and do something.
I better get those cushions.
A little late. Don't you think it's a little late?
It's not too late.
This is the second time this week I've done that.
If I were being sent out to get them, I would bring up the defense that they're already wet.
Yeah, but
seriously, sweetheart, they're already wet.
No, I would get them, Annie.
What did you think, Dub, last night? Convention.
Oh, yeah. Let me just clarify. Yeah, every Monday starting August 31st through September 28th, Mom or Dad can pick up a fresh baked Baker's dozen bagels for just $7 on Mondays at Einstein's. Einstein Brothers.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like 30% off. Not bad at all. I was going to ask you guys, and I want to talk about this on the regular air as well. I overall, although I didn't see as much of the last two of the convention, I still think overall, trying to be objective, which is not easy, I still believe from a production value. I don't know how else better to say it. I don't want to hear about how many lies there are, and because the papers say everything that was, the New York Times says that everything that was said was a lie the entire time. Whatever, from a production value, I think that unquestionably, surprisingly to me, the Republicans did a better show than the Democrats. Mm-hmm. It was certainly, again, from a production value, superior, but it was also, to me, much more uplifting. And I think that's kind of what they should be aiming for, kind of an uplifting kind of experience. I mean, you want to come away from, I want to come away from watching virtually anything and feel better. I hate coming away from something and feeling worse. That goes, for movies, that goes for anything. I just, and I just felt better with what appeared to be the future of America and the belief in the future of America. But a lot of that has to do with your beliefs and your, what you hope for and all of that. But anyway, what did you guys think of the convention last night and the convention of this week and the convention of last week? Any strong thoughts?
Dana sounds a little bit like she's fading out, so
yeah, I didn't understand.
I thought that Ivanka Trump's speech last night was really interesting, in the sense that I at least got the impression that she definitely has political aspirations, because several times she said we. Yeah. She was making it like she and the president had done a lot of this together, and I wondered how that's going to play. What do you think?
The whole family tie-in. This is the first time, maybe it's the first time a president, because of the president's age, had children that were of an age where they would have consequences in terms of their family business. And for these kids, even though Eric and Donald Jr. and I don't know, maybe Ivanka too. I don't know their setup. Following the family business still, the Trump realty stuff and everything.
I don't think she does. I think she's with the president.
She's very much on staff at the White House. I don't know if she's paid or not, but I've never seen family members talk with the royal we. You know, we are going to do this and we are going to do that. I mean, in the past, if the kids spoke, and they didn't very much, but if they did, it was, I know my dad is going to, this or that. And I see my dad do this, and around the house, he's this way. So I know he's that way, and, whatever. But you're right. And the thing is, the first time I saw Ivanka Trump speak, I was blown away because she was very, very good. And really, she'd not been portrayed very positively or in any strong way in the media. So I didn't know anything about her. I didn't know what to expect. So now the expectations are higher. And I thought she did a fine job, but it didn't blow me away the way it did the first time I heard her speak. Some people were saying last night, the president, I think they can't help but be swayed by their political beliefs. But some people were saying that was the best speech he's ever given. I don't think that was the best speech he's ever given. So. Oh. There are several levels of the president when he presents, and this level was at one of his more low-key, laid-back levels. Whenever he starts talking about the things they've done and the things we've done around the country, nobody has ever done. Everybody, it's almost a registered down here, lower and less enthusiastic. Now, I will say this. He did seem to come to life the more he spoke. Mm-hmm. And that also explains why he just finished just now with his speech.
He's still there.
It just was, it was about 13 hours. And, I mean, without question, it was too long.
Yeah.
The other thing wasn't it interesting to see that rather large crowd for the coronavirus world? And they were not masked up.
Well,
and it kind of sends a message.
Well, but they would have gotten away with it with the institutional media if they, in fact, were rioting or protesting, because you'll note that when there are rioters and protesters, you don't hear at all the concern that they are gathering in large groups without protecting themselves from the coronavirus. Just an interesting observation. But I saw one mask. I was going to say there were a few, but I saw one mask.
Yes.
Well, then there's two, because I saw a man with a mask. But
I mean, that was close quarters.
Yeah.
It was much closer than the night before. In the night before, when the first lady spoke, there was some spacing, but they wanted a bigger crowd last night. They got a bigger crowd. Now we'll wait and see, because trust me when I tell you, there's been a reporter assigned probably to each person that was there. Because they want to find people coming down with COVID after a Republican convention that did not do the masking that they should do. Although I was at dinner last night and I walked by, I had my mask on when I walked in. I sat down in a dining room. We were well spread out. And then I saw some friends on the way out, and I walked out and I said, don't forget your masks, everybody. And they all had masks. They weren't on at that point because they were eating, but they were down here, whatever. I said, don't forget your masks, you guys. And I realized I didn't have mine on. I forgot.
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Good Friday morning to you. It's the 28th of August, the 241st day of 2020. There are 125 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. Even rainy, what would have to be considered at least gloopy, if not lousy, mornings. But it's morning, and when you wake up, you got to thank God you're alive, in spite of whatever the weather might be throwing at us. After all, I could actually hear a standing ovation from the grass and trees earlier, who are putting their faces up to the sky, happily accepting this downpour. The only problem I've seen so far is that Anne left her cushions outside, And poor Ed, if I could communicate directly to Ed, Ed, stay in bed. She's going to send you out there to get them. And I already tried they're already wet line, and she didn't buy it. Ed, stay in bed.
Ed's up.
Anyway, the team behind the dancing WJR ball, which doesn't make a lot of sense to you while you're driving in your car on the radio, but take my word for it. Dick Hafner, who handled the news with a plum, and he might have had an apple and an orange as well. Thank you, Dick, for that.
Good morning. A little bit of fudge would help.
A little bit of fudge because it's Fudge weekend up at Mackinac Island. Of course, Dana Clark is here, and on Friday she's extra busy. Traffic and weather first, but also going to talk to us with Greg Russell about movies to see, things we can watch at home with the family or not, however we do it. Dana, we'll look forward to the movies you've picked out along with Greg.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, as some now are saying. And Brian Morton is the only one of us that's still in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, running all of the controls. Kim is still toes up, I'm happy to say. Whenever I can sneak out of there without her getting up, although she actually oftentimes gets up before me. Our executive producer handling all the duties all the time and keeping the grandfather clock wound when Ed isn't around to do it. Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Tom. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. We've talked about a lot already this morning, things that are going on, and the Better Made potato chips. Now they've kind of adopted. Is it Better Made? I'm thinking of that, or New Era, or Lay's. I think it's Better Made that has kind of adopted Frank. I think
it is Better Made.
Better Made because I've seen the boxes that he gets delivered. I said pointedly that he gets delivered as his like official snack, and I just would throw out there, we don't have an official snack yet. Better Made. Anyway, and I am mentioning happy 90th anniversary to Better Made. Of course, there's no place for them to deliver any packages now anyway because we're not there. But 90 Better Made snack foods, a Detroit-based company since 1930, celebrating 90 years of business in 2020 with some new products, awards, and initiatives to help the community. So God bless them. A good old family business. Sam Cipriano, CEO of Better Made, has a certificate from Governor Whitmer's office, and Kathy Cusimano, the Internet and Retail Store Sales Manager, with a certificate from the Detroit City Council. This picture that I'm taking from must have been yesterday's Detroit News. Under all the, are you loving? I'm loving all of the food items that are being offered, because the newspapers know that a lot of people are cooking and baking at home more so than ever, that they have all these wonderful recipes in the newspaper. Has anybody tried any of them at home? Have they seen something?
No, I don't get the newspaper. You guys do. So I haven't seen any recipes. I go on Pinterest and get a lot of recipes.
And Pinterest is unbelievable. I got introduced to that a long time ago by the kids. Pinterest was a big deal. It still is. You know, as many things have gone by the wayside quickly, Pinterest has hung in there pretty well. You just mentioned, Dana, getting the newspaper. It just occurred to me that Ann sent me a story last night, and I went to access it, and it came up with the Detroit News saying $1 for 3 months to be able to access. And we remember we made this announcement, and God bless them, they need to make money or they won't stay in business. So the internet is the future of the newspaper, so you have to pay. But when I started to do it, in fact, I don't know if I fell apart in the middle of it or too many things I had. If it doesn't hold my attention long enough with the ADHD, I start to do it and I go, oh, this is too much. I can't do this. By the way, and I did not get the article because I never finished filling out all the paperwork. But just a note, it's $1 for the first 3 months. Then it goes to $9.95 a month.
Oh, yes. Does it? Okay.
Then you're starting to talk about serious money.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's well worth it. But I'm not sure where I fit into that whole thing, because I get the newspaper delivered every day, and you can't through the newspaper anymore. So I have a couple of different contractors, and all of a sudden it feels like I'm paying for newspapers a lot all the time. Because
you may already have access to Deb. You'll have to find out.
That's the
because
other
you
thing.
get it every day. You may already have online access.
Well, but the newspaper, I mean, I don't mean to word it this way, but the newspaper itself doesn't know or care that I do a separate deal with a separate delivery guy to get the newspapers the other days.
Right.
So frankly, it's a little more confusing than it needs to be or should be for those of us who are really trying to support the newspaper. I still like to get a newspaper.
They're finding their way on how to monetize online digital journalism, and
same thing we're doing.
They better come up with a good formula, or they're going to die.
In a sense, it's the same thing we're doing, but you're right, Dick. And the only difference right now is we're not charging for this. Thank goodness. We aren't, are we? No, we aren't. Wait a minute. Are we getting paid for this? It is 6:13 at 760 WJR.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If finding a high-impact hire is a serious goal for your business, use Indeed. Their flexible payment options mean better bang for your buck with no long-term contracts. Indeed will even give you a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post at Indeed.com/high-impact. Terms and conditions apply.
You know, I loved watching the president and the whole thing last night. I loved the fireworks. The fireworks were of the best I've ever seen. It was something. The only thing that was distracting to me, did anybody else get this? It was distracting to me because it seemed that the Washington Monument smoke detector kept going off. That didn't bother anybody else, I guess. All right. We got it to 6:14, our WJR Traffic and Weather first, and Dana Clark.
We are watching some problems out there, Paul W. No surprise because of the rain in the area. 94 westbound at Trumbull. Accident has you slow from at least 75. A vehicle spun out in that area, so use caution. Also 94 westbound at Cashew. 2 lanes are blocked. 2 left lanes are blocked there due to a crash. And 75 southbound at Caniff. That's in Hamtramck. Accident blocks a right lane. Now, WJR Weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms for us today, some of which could be strong to even severe. Highs to the low 80s. More showers and storms tonight. Again, some strong to even severe. Overnight low near 70. Stray shower storms Saturday, otherwise partly cloudy near 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ken Boone on Newstalk 760 WJR.
This is Mike Donovan, host of Not Free America on Sundays at 5 p.m. right here on WJR AM 760 in Detroit. This weekend on Not Free America Radio, economic disaster looms as our GDP crashes. What does losing a third of our economy really mean? Meanwhile, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo takes quarantining travelers to a new extreme. And we talk facts about qualified immunity in the American police state. Join us Sundays at 5 p.m. right here on Not Free America Radio.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets.